Oakley dokley.
All right. We're live. Cool. Yeah, it looks pretty much like, call it good. The only two things that I like really see right off the bat, API, are the P on pasta. The curve, the big bit on the top, is a little thin compared to the rest of the text.
Mm-hmm.
And then, fuck it, that's it. But like, if that's not an easy fix, don't even worry about it.
Yeah, there was a there may have been some kind of temporary issue with that when I was putting it together, because I realized when I finally actually started putting it together, I made that P way too tall. So I had to redraw the P, shrink it down, and unfortunately, I had accidentally merged the layers with the P, the vines and the grapes and everything. So when I tried to fix it, it did not work. So I had to redo the P already once, and it was a bit of a hack job. But I can see if I can push, like give it a little more oomph.
Sure. It looks great. I mean, a little bit thicker, and if it's not, that's fine.
I mean, compared to the rest of everything else, it is exceptionally thin, and when it's zoomed out, it does look a little bit weird.
Yeah. Also, the ostability might be tilted to the left a little bit, but that also might be the vine underneath that's throwing me off.
Yeah, it's. I think it's the vine.
Yeah.
Gotta get. Hey, no, Perkabath.
We're talking about peens. What's happening? What about a pea? Hi, Perk. How you doing? Got to get a thicker peen. Opposite of, well, you know what? I'm not going to say that out loud. Okay. Yeah, sorry. We're talking about a commission that you will see very shortly. It's not necessarily a secret. It's just, it would be a fun surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not a fun surprise for me, because then I'll actually have to start dialing the fuck in. Like, I'll actually have to start committing rather than be like, I could do this, whatever. Which has been a huge comfort, but like,
I'm in a similar boat, because I went from streaming Wednesday, Saturday, Sundays to Wednesday, Saturdays to Wednesdays.
Yep.
So I need to eventually put this together for myself. But I think it is the curve of the line underneath that kind of throws it off a bit. Though it might be tilted up weirdly. I've tried to fix some of that, skew it a little bit so it's better, but mileage may vary.
Yeah. I'm excited.
But I'll definitely fix up the underlines, and then I'll see if I can't find a better font than Times New Roman for that, because that I just did as a default quick fix.
Gotcha.
But it does mean I need to find some serif fonts that look good, that will be easy to pull.
I need a VR headset transparent.
Ooh, that'd be pretty schwanky.
I need something quick and dirty to throw on pasta so that I can still have a VTuber.
I see.
So, pasta, what are you doing up there? Get down there. Get off of Maple.
Hey,
get off of Maple.
What was that?
Get off of Maple.
What was that?
Listen. I was in the guest pan yesterday because I had the dress on. All right.
No, not the dress. Not that. I mean, there was a little fairy floated across the screen just now.
Oh, that is okay. So when you load in VTube Studio, that's their watermark for when you don't buy.
Oh.
Which I have. I've bought the VTube Studio, but it loads in and then fades away as you boot it up. And ordinarily, if you're like good at these sort of things, you make it so that will never appear. I don't give a shit. We embrace the scuff here. We embrace the scuff until Jackie has enough and says, all right, fine, we're going to fix this now. And I'm like, okay.
I was so confused because you had not mentioned anything about it.
No.
And I just see this little fairy floating across the screen, and I was like, what is that?
I mean, like, the next model that I have will probably be somewhat of a surprise. or at the very least, I will like have it planned out, and then we'll go from there. But like,
Yeah.
I would really like to get rid of this dress, please. Oh wait, no, this is a scene. Model settings, hotkeys, and expressions. Yeah, I was trying to make this something that could be toggleable by chat, but that's not happening right now, so just go with that.
Yeah.
However, this dress might just stay
Here forever.
You know what? That gives me an idea. Perkabeth, how you doing? What's new? What's hot? What's happening? What's pumping?
Hey, Pasta, question.
Yes.
What, how modern do you want some of that font to look?
I mean, old Italy sort of stuff where it's like...
Would something like this be good?
Let us see. Too old. Too old. We've gotten... No, too old. Go back.
I think it's totally perfect. What are you talking about?
Fuck, we're talking... That's like 1600. It's not that old. Actually, hold on. Tomatoes weren't introduced into Italy. Tomatoes...
Columbus sails the ocean blue in 1492. Columbian Exchange happens between 1492 and like the 1500s.
Okay.
So I don't know exactly when tomatoes reached Italy, but it's sometime prior to the 1600s for sure.
The first time Pomme d'Oro is mentioned by name in Italy was 1548 in Tuscany. As far back as 1692, tomatoes were used as an ingredient in a cookbook from Naples. But the author obviously copied details from Spanish recipes. It makes sense the Spanish had tomatoes first.
Mm-hmm.
After all, they backed Columbus's explorations. Yep. So yeah, around 1700s is when things started really popping off for tomatoes in Italy, which is so strange because it's so essential to like Italian cuisine now.
Mm-hmm. Just like potatoes in Ireland.
Hey. Yeah, that went real well for them for a while. Ugh.
Yeah, until the blight.
Doing good. I stayed up late, but I'm well rested in my lane and looking for breakfast. Eat food. Might work on
amongst
some art
other things.
Yeah.
The blight amongst other things.
Yeah. I mean, the blight being the English, and then also the potato blight.
Yeah.
But mostly the English.
Oh, yeah, I should make sure to redeem my little daily.
Redeem. Hi, Jackie.
Hello, Jackie.
All right. I need night vision goggles that are straight, like they're facing the camera and transparent. And I don't want to pay for them. That's the key. Damn it. Save images. Okay, that might have worked. Let's see. Art pics, VTuber stuff, save.
I don't want to pay for them in chat. Yeah, Perkabeth, you're correct. That's exactly it.
I'm not asking y'all to pay. I'm not asking y'all to do anything. In fact, that wasn't a hint to chat. Trust me, if I want something from chat, I'm gonna be like, chat, gimme, and then you're all gonna be like, we can't, we don't have any money. And I'm like, okay, fine. We still need to find a sugar mama for this. See, if I were the sugar daddy for this stream, I would just be buying you all stuff.
Mm-hmm. I'm just sending you fonts as I find them. I'm not looking for historical fonts. I'm just looking at serif fonts.
Oh yeah, just Don't worry about
Just
it.
because that's yeah. Well, that just happened. That first one I sent just happened to be like right at the top, and I was like, huh. Well, I think I've seen something like that on a menu in an Italian restaurant before.
Yeah. Definitely not Cushion. The Linux Libertine is really good.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Sweet.
Okay.
And I'll double check the license for it.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Let's see.
Here we go. Okay. The license for this font is
For those who don't know, we are currently talking about a commission that Maple is working on for this stream.
I think it's fine. It uses GPL license.
If I get pinged for it, it's fine. We can just...
Yeah. Well, GPL is what do you call it?
General public use or general public license.
Yeah, general. Well, it's the new is a Linux thing.
Geriatric physician.
But it is general public license, which should mean okay. I think most of this license is more about copy and redistribution, though I am not an attorney. So I think we'll be fine.
It's fine. I mean, if it's on Defont, it's probably fine.
Probably. And it was put on Defont in November 2011.
Perfect.
Oh, it's actually, we should be good. It's under the open font license too. So it should be good then.
Okay. God, I found the perfect image, and it's transparent, but it's on fucking fandom. Which means that they're gonna like hoard it like a bunch of bastards. I don't even know, like, there's some people with like legitimate gripes with fandom. I just hate it because it sucks to use.
Yeah. Like that, I think that's most people's gripe with fandom.
All right, let's see if that actually worked.
Well, that's the first gripe.
For those who are just joining us, we are currently talking about fonts and night vision goggles.
Mm-hmm.
A subject that we will not be covering today, unfortunately. I'm so sorry. Oh, you dirty fucking bastards. Ugh. Fuck you, fandom. I like to slowly close off my avenues of sponsorship, stream by stream. Until eventually there's only one left, which is Liquid Death, which we will never badmouth.
That's right.
I really hope nothing bad comes out about them. Like, if they want to be, like, just a shitty business that just does, like, business stuff to make money, that's fine. I just don't want to, like, don't be like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just make carbonated water and be happy about it. I'm not going to find it, guys. I'm not going to find the fucking optics. God damn it. Actually, wait, there might be a pre-built option in VTube Studio. Let's see. So for those who don't know, VTube Studio has pre-made options for items. And there are not many of them. And I should probably go on and find like the assets page for this, because I know you can buy them. And I'm hoping there's a VR headset here, which I'm not seeing. Damn blast and double hell. There's cat ears. Could be a cat boy. Still not sure what furry I'm gonna be. I don't know if I have like I don't think I'm gonna be able to like.
That's the neat part. You don't know until it kind of happens to you.
I suppose.
I did not stumble upon deer first.
Jackie, that is something I do need to fix. I'm sorry. The amount of money that it would take for me to sell my soul to fandom is high. It's not an insurmountable amount. I can be bought. Like, I'm not that diehard on my principles against fandom. There are certain things that, like, there are certain companies that I could never advertise for. Fandom isn't one of them. It would just take a shit ton of money. And if there's a competitor to fandom that wants to sponsor me for, like, an eighth of the amount, I'll take that. $100 billion would... I mean... How much is Boeing worth? Because if it's like a significant... Okay, so... see, it's worth... According to Google, it's worth $149.72 billion. So that's 1%... that's less than 1% of their worth at the moment. Now... Oh, no, I'm sorry. You didn't say 1 billion. You said 100 billion. Yeah, I would take... For a 75% share in Boeing, yeah, I'd advertise for Boeing. I would then do a lot of things inside that company. Including... And we're circling back around to this one. I would find Todd Howard's address. What would I do with that while I owned Boeing? I don't know. But those drones are real inaccurate. Who knows? Whoops. Sorry, my AI slipped. Hey, listen, if Wikipedia wants to sponsor me, abso-fucking-lutely.
Wikipedia's been pretty active recently.
Yeah, they're really
places.
Yeah, and they're back in like they're back full tilt on like no AI shit.
Yeah, which
I'm okay with.
They've also been pretty surprisingly showing up on my TikTok, like the Wikipedia brand TikTok.
Oh yeah?
It's been incredibly surprising. It's like, what are you doing here? Who are you? I'm not used to I don't think of Wikipedia as having a social media presence, you know? So it's a very surprising thing for it to pop up. It's like, what are you doing here?
Yeah. No, it's like aren't you just a facet of society now? Like, why are you advertising? Shouldn't you just be funded forever?
Mm-hmm. Shouldn't you be like a public good or something?
Like some kind of public service, like the internet?
Wow. Wild thought there.
Wikipedia asking for sponsors themselves. We love Wikipedia, but they better take care of themselves first. True. Take care of yourself, Wikipedia. Put on your oxygen mask before you light other candles.
Oh, I sent you a thing, pasta, by the way.
Oh, sorry. I'm still trying to find the PNG for this motherfucker. God damn it. Getting close. I know we are. Open image, new tab. PNG. Fuck. I mostly want like a full night vision over the pasta image so that I can just... It represents the fact that I'm going to be in VR. But it will.
You just want night vision goggles, right?
Yes. Or... I'll have to... hold on. That's good. Yes, that's perfect.
Good?
Yeah.
Sweet. I'll make the couple adjustments I mentioned earlier, and then we should be good to go.
Cool.
Do you need... Because you said night vision goggles, so like this?
With the helmet integration would be cool too.
With the helmet. Okay.
Yeah, because that just will cover the whole pasta head. And I found one perfect here, but it's not dead on like I need. All right. So, yeah, in about 10 minutes, for those who are just joining us, we're going to be hopping into Hot Dogs, Horses, and Hand Grenades, where we're going to do a little classroom session on firearm basics. I'll also do my whole disclaimer about how I'm not in any way an expert. I just have done a lot of research and fired a few guns over my lifetime. So I've also gotten like training from various people, so I'm not completely like winging it.
I did my best to find one. I could not find one.
It's okay, don't worry about it. Wikipedia sponsoring. You heard of us. You use us. You support us. We really don't know why we're doing this. Maybe we'll look it up on Wikipedia. Nice. No, don't cook maple. She has so much liver. Why would I cook maple? What? I'm confused.
Hi, Lariska.
Smoked venison. I'm confused.
The smoked venison.
Fucking putting things in coyote tan. We're done with coyote tan. It's stupid. It's a dumb color. God, if the army ever has to move on from a desert environment, the time it's going to take for them to like switch their camouflage over is laughable. Like, it's the history of camouflage is another like whole ass stream. That's the guest pan, where we grill them for content.
It burns. It burns.
All of my guests get the same treatment. And Lariska, eventually when I do get you, and I will fucking get you, that's where you'll be. I could also put Maple on the trash seat.
Yeah, I mean, that would work.
Why am I all the way down here? I did not put my... Why am I so small? Just get in the... You know what? Get in the pan. Get on the fridge. This house is a fucking nightmare! Okay, Open image in new tab. Open image in new tab.
Open image in new tab.
Come on, you fucker. Side note, for anyone who might be interested in, like, hey, what gun is that? When they're watching a movie, TV show, or video game, there is a website called IMFDB, the Internet Movie Firearms Database, that has a full rundown of nerds going through movies, and like it's a Wikipedia page of all of the guns you could ever want, and like the modifications that have been done to them and stuff. And I think the first time I used that was on The Dark Knight, because the Joker had a like SMG that like shot really fucking fast. I was like, what is that? And it's apparently just it's a full mock-up, like they just made it up. I made it the fuck up.
It is a pretty cool website.
Oh, it's a very cool website. Yeah,
I was on there.
A lot of time there.
I was on there the other day looking at what do you call it? Blade Runner, Decker's gun.
Oh yeah. For the I can only call it that gun.
Yes, that gun.
You know what yeah.
It's that gun from Fallout New Vegas. You know the one. It's that gun.
All right, this is gonna have to do. Okay. And then bup. Shrink it. Shrink it. Nope. That's not gonna do. This music is way too chill for a fucking gun stream. Select. All right. delete that item. I'm gonna whip it back out.
Whip it out.
Whip it out. Tiny P90. So tiny. No, that's not gonna work. Fuck it. No guns. No guns for pasta.
No guns for pasta?
No guns for pasta. It's all right. I'll have to... Yeah, for the next model, I'll have to figure out how to, like, do...
A gun?
Yeah, properly. All right. Forgetting his own starting screen bit. What do you mean?
Because I was in the pan. Smoked venison.
I didn't put everyone on the pan to, like, you know, torture them. It's just where y'all fit nicely.
I just need to make a Fugi that's like a chalkboard drawing. And then you can just stick me on the chalkboard.
God, that'd be so fucking cool. You could be like that SCP that we were reading about, the graffiti one.
Yeah, just like the graffiti one. We'll hunt you down and destroy you.
Correct. All right, we're going to switch over to gaming time.
Woo!
I'm gonna... Can you keep the chat entertained while I boot up everything?
You mean vamp? Yeah, I can vamp.
No, hold on. I guess I gotta mute. I gotta mute Maple for a minute. You're just gonna have to sit in silence. Oh my god. Yeah, go ahead and vamp.
I don't have to vamp in a vampire way. It's just extremely funny for me. Oh, wait. Wait, am I actually legit Pasta can't hear me? Alright, I only got like 2 minutes of this, so blee, 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 blee. Welcome, chat. Welcome. Welcome to another Pastability stream. Is quite good, yes indeed. I hope you are thoroughly entertained. Da. That's Russian. That's not vampire. Okay.
Okay.
Blah blah blah. So how are you all? I want to entertain chat.
Oh, can you hear me okay?
We are cooking with what? We are cooking with gas, with oil. We have all of our irons in the fire. I just lose the accent eventually. There are only some accents I can keep up for any length of time.
Just take
and
practice.
That's not one of them.
But don't practice that.
Howdy, Urban. Adam Sandler Hotel Transylvania voice.
Game capture, hot dog hand grenades. Okay.
Right. How y'all doing? Doing good? Doing bad? This is a propane-only household. God damn
it. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And can chat hear me? How's chat doing?
I don't know. Chat, can you hear Pasta?
Chatto.
I see a yes from a Perkabeth.
Excellent.
And a little quiet compared to Maple, but yes. Let me just very easily fixable.
All right. So wait a minute. Wait a minute.
A little
quiet. All right. Now, how about that?
Yeah, how about that?
Excellent. Okay. A little quiet compared to Maple. All right, and then I'm going to boot up H3VR.
I'm so loud. I'm such a loud deer.
Maple, you there?
Yeah. What's up? Oh, wait. Can you hear me?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, indeed. Hold on. No, good on my end.
Yeah, what happened? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay, so it looks like when I switch back to Steam VR, things switch up. So give me a second while I fix that.
Aha. Interesting. I suppose it means I must have to vamp for a little while longer. They don't give you classes on vamping. I did theater in college, and they did not a single class on how to vamp properly. Lots of classes on how to stand on a stage for a while. Not a lot of classes on how to vamp properly. And debatably, a good few of those were more, we are putting on a performance and we're calling that class. That we're calling it teaching. You're gonna do the Crucible, that's teaching. You're gonna do Trojan Women, that's teaching. Like yeah, you're on stage, you're doing theater stuff. That's enough. Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Maple.
Yeah. What's up? Can you not hear me?
Well, that's fucking.
Don't you love troubleshooting? Hot dogs, horseshoes, and troubleshooting.
Yes. Also, I heard, as it were, the noise of thunder.
The sound of thunder. That's a very...
And a voice spake to me and said, "Come and see." And I saw, and behold, a pale maple.
Yes.
That said on her was death.
Oh no. This is how I end up becoming smoked venison.
Okay, browser music needs to go away.
Yeah, it might be a little confusing, Jackie. It might be a little bit confusing. But Jackie did say we're both a bit quiet compared to the ambient noise of the game.
Okay. Oh god, it's so fucking loud. Jesus.
Ambient game noise, very loud. Urban also wants to know if you have seen the new SCP game. Oh, I don't think Boss can hear me at the moment.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Ah, sweet. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Thanks up. No, I have not seen the new SCP game. Here, let me catch up on chat. Hostage from the Pasta Shoes. I never knew how to vamp. I just started lore dumping about 80s cartoons. I mean, that's how you vamp. You just fill space. That's fine. Why am I telling you, Urban? You are a more professional, better streamer than I am. No. Shouldn't do this bit. Stream delay is going to confuse stuff. I do that with Bionicle until everyone leaves. Yeah, what SCP game? I recently played one that had... Wow, am I that shaky? I am that shaky. Okay, I gotta fix that. That was great until I realized that they were using AI voices as stand-ins. And that made me sad.
Yeah.
Input and controls, graphic performance. Oh, wait, no, hold on. I need... Yep. Spawn tools. Maple, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, fuck. I forgot to turn on the chat thing. God damn it. Live. Bow. Let's hope that just works so I don't have to reboot anything. Whoop. Spawn tools, spectator panel. Player body. Disabled. Linear smooth 1. I write render quality medium. FOV is, I think, 65. If that is... If I'm too shaky, please let me know. Also has live kicked in.
Jackie said you closed an important message from the game.
No. That message, you can ignore it. It's fine.
Okay, there we go.
All right, streamer kit. start streamer kit. There we go. Now we're doing okay. Sorry, I'm still trying to boot up chat. It's a lot. I
No
can't
streamer
fucking
has
believe
ever.
that this is what like Facebook wanted us to do, was just this nonstop. Like, this was how they wanted us to sit all day, like to do everything, like to work, to have fun. Like, they just wanted us to be in VR the whole time, which is fucking insane.
And nauseating.
Yeah, Urban, if you can find it, that'd be great, because I would love to play it. Urban, would you like to play... Actually, I would love to play a scary game with you, but if you're not going to do it, that's fine. Minces onions. No, this is more important. Mincing onion is more important. Do that. Yeah, so, Jackie, it says play the game poorly, I guess, but I've disabled that option. Like, I've done everything that the game wants me to do. Okay, I do have... Okay, cool. So I do have chat now. This is good.
Woo.
At least for Twitch. And I don't have alerts, so if anybody does anything, please let me know.
Will do.
Oh, I don't have audio for the game. I'm gonna scream! Wow! Please!
They also made VR games with falling because they don't understand how people already used VR, so even more nausea. Yeah, Lariska. Even more nausea. That's what I want in my video games. A chance to be even more nauseous.
Why is there no noise? Why is there no noise? Thankfully, most of my audience is here to, like, watch me rage.
Mm-hmm.
You absolutely should get a VR headset. Yeah, don't pay for one right now, definitely. It's expensive. But also, make sure you get the right one. Like, the Meta Quest is fine. It's cheap. It's like $300. I mean, cheap, quote unquote. Okay, I'm restarting. I'm restarting Hotdogs, Horses, and Hand Grenades. This is not working for me. But yeah. If you can afford something better, like if the Steam, like the Valve's VR thing turns out to be, you know, within within $800 below that, that's probably going to be worth it. Oh, it's SCP Fragmented Minds, which seemed to come out in like 2025, so you probably did. I don't know about it, actually. Too clumsy for a VR rig that doesn't also come with a hover chair. Urban, they actually make full treadmills that sit around your waist so that you can, like, lean forward. And why is this happening? What? Sorry. That when you, like, lean forward and lean back, but I think if you fall straight down, you'll break it. Which I also... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, anytime I think of, like, the VR goggles and, like, those 8-way treadmills so you can just kind of walk in all direction type of thing.
Yeah.
The only thing that comes to my mind because of the ads I saw way back when for those type of products was, oh, wow, now you can experience the trauma of World War I right in your living room.
I did it. I did it. I did it. Not only did I fix the audio, I pulled the pin on the first grenade and then pulled the pin on the rest before the first grenade exploded. Hot dog time. Hot dog time. Hot dog time. Horseshoe time.
Hot dog time. Horseshoe time. Hand grenade time, even.
Hot time. No, I'm out of grenades.
Oh, no hand grenades.
Hollow tile. I also have a knee pad on my right knee so I can, like, quickly drop and, like, slam down to my knee if I need to for this. But I think what we're going to do...
Thanks for stopping in, Jackie. Have fun at the gender concealment party.
What? What is a gender concealment party? I need to know. Have fun, Jackie. Bye.
Jackie explained it the other day. I don't fully remember. But it is one of them gender concealment parties.
So be it.
So be it.
Um, you know what? I probably should have prepared to like actually teach a class. So here's the first thing I'm gonna say. Trans version of a gender reveal party for his baby. That's fucking dope. Okay, I'm cool with that. That's great.
Is that where you pretend to have a reveal but actually tell everyone the doors are locked and you're going to play Warhammer for the next 6 hours? Says Urban.
I love the video of
That's so good.
it's like, do you want to see what two trans women do behind closed doors? You close the door
Yes.
and Warhammer.
I know exactly which creator you're referring to. Not by name, but I know who you're referring to. I'm terrible with names.
Fuck, I'm trying to remember how to lock the slide back. Fuck. Oh, that's not gonna work. I also need a laser pointer. It's like conceal and carry, but for your gender, so that you can whip your gender out. Don't do that in public. All right. So yeah, if anybody has any questions about firearms, like basics, stuff like that, calibers, concealment.
So should you throw guns like that after you've loaded them? Is that a good way to handle guns? I know next to nothing about guns.
So here's the thing about guns, like, and we'll get started, I guess, because that's actually a good question.
Thanks, Urban. I can only dedicate. I only mentally dedicate a few names to memory with faces. It's just something I'm terrible at keeping consistently.
And you know what? Because I'm not a grocery store worker that works in America and for some reason is forbidden from sitting, I'm going to sit while I do this.
Nice.
All right. So let's start with your question about throwing guns on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Colt 1911, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's various models. Yeah, this is an M1 1911 Classic. It was released in 1910, but they patented it in 1911, which is why it's called 1911. It got its start in World War One, moved on to World War II because Americans really, really wanted a sidearm for like as many soldiers as they could get. There was something very like, you could go so far as to say like the rugged individualism inspired a lot of soldiers to want a pistol. My headset might lose tracking soon. Hold on. I'm going to invoke light. I love having a clap on light.
I was gonna say, I forgot you had one of those.
Yep. My magazine. But so yeah, this is kind of like what I consider the pistol nowadays. Like it is just the gun. So to answer your question about throwing guns on the ground after you've loaded them, this is the hammer. This is a hammer-fired pistol. So if we rack this back, you'll see that little button right there. A lot of guys have a hard time finding this button, but that button right there, if we pull the trigger, the hammer hits it. That is going to push forward the firing pin, which is then going to hit that center. This is a center fire 45 caliber bullet, which will hit the primer, which is like an explosive that lights the gunpowder on the inside of the casing, and then the bullet is fired out. So, should you throw your gun on the ground after you've loaded it? No. Can you drop your gun or even throw it to the ground without it going off? Yes. You should be able to. That being said, because, people do that shit all the time. People drop their guns. People are told to drop their guns. People throw their guns to the ground sometimes. Like, that happens and they don't go off because there's a lot of mechanisms in the way from preventing that from happening. Your average gun isn't going to do that. There's also, things like safeties. Like, this has a mechanical safety and a slide safety here so that the hammer, when I pull the trigger, can't go forward. Now it goes forward. And I almost shot the grenade, which we'll talk about muzzle control in a little bit. But that almost cleared the table. We're going to do it anyways, but later while we talk. So, question for chat, and I want to see if everyone gets this right. All right. So let's look inside the chamber here, the boss's office where all the firing goes on. And we see that there are no bullets inside, right? Now, see the magazine is clear. Hammer is down. A question for chat. Is this gun loaded? Let's see. Ooze got it in fucking one, baby. Ooze got it in fucking one because Ooze knows best. Yes. A gun, especially a gun that is not in your hand, is always loaded. So your dumbass friend who's waving it around even though he just cleared the chamber, don't trust him. That's how accidents and manslaughter and death happen. Guns are always loaded and you always treat them as they're loaded. Your number one safety is your trigger finger, and you never want to point a gun at anything that you do not want to destroy. That was supposed to destroy that. Any more ammo? God, there's so much fucking ammo. We'll talk about the various types of ammo later. But let's just do 45 ACP, PAPI. Actually, let's spawn a bunch.
Ooze says keep your booger picker off the bang switch.
Yeah, keep your booger hook off the bang switch is a common common saying around ranges. Don't piss off your range officer. All right, so now that I've safely cleared the gun of any bullets inside, and that bullet has gone somewhere over that hill, presumably where the land of playgrounds and puppies are. Not going to worry about that for right now. So, does this have the... Sorry, this has two different types of safeties on it. I forgot. This part right here, where the heel of your hand goes, not the heel, your the webbing of your hand goes. When you press that in, that also makes it so that the gun can fire. And then you have this manual safety, which won't work unless you have the hammer back. So hammer won't go. There you go. I'm not sure if you can hear that screaming child. If you can, I'm so sorry. Instruction clear, poking nostrils with gun. Don't do that. If you want to put your nose in the gun, you can do that, just not this way. This way. Or this way. So, gun's completely clear right now. I'm going to put the magazine in, right? Now, Ooze, don't answer this question. Maple, you can answer this question.
Yippee.
If I pull the trigger, will anything happen?
Yes.
Chat, what do you think? Oop. So I've taken the magazine, and I put it in Schmear. If I pull the trigger... Okay, Lariska is just here for the vibes. So, the answer is no. Because, now, it's still good to consider it loaded, it's still good to consider it safe, but the magazine goes in. It's not in the chamber right now, and we're going to slowly look and see. So you can see that white tip of the bullet, hopefully. And I'm going to keep pulling this back until... Now we're all the way back, and then we're going to slowly push it forward. So it jumped a bit here because it's a video game. But what happened is the slide has come all the way back and is now pushing the bullet from the back of the magazine into the firing chamber. Now we are loaded. And what's happening is that this part right here is being pushed forward into the chamber. So there's no magazine in this gun, right? Empty. But I have one in the chamber. So if you ever see like gun capacity numbers, this would say 7+1, and that means +1 in the chamber. And you can see in a lot of action films and movies, people will do a chamber check to see, like they'll pull this back a little bit just to see if they have one loaded. Now, there is no magazine in this, but there is one in the chamber. Safety's on, nothing happens. Safety off, we fired it. Now we put the magazine in, gonna rack it back, push the bullet into the chamber, like so. And now, when it fires, this is recoil operated, and I need to brush up on what that means specifically. But for this, what that means is that the recoil, the force of the bullet leaving the chamber is going to push the slide back. And it's going to do the same thing that we just did, but, faster. In fact, I need to load more. Oh, shit. There we go. Ignore all this. This is all magical. No, scopes.
Love
no
a
scopes.
bit of magic.
Get the fuck. Don't worry about that. All right. So I could also do this, and then, so I guess the next thing to talk about is the slide. So this is the slide release. On a lot of guns, you have this slide catch that when the gun is empty and the magazine is pushed up all the way, it's going to push up this little slide right here that's going to prevent the slide from going forward, which is, your indicator that your magazine is empty, or that you have a jam of some kind or something's gone wrong. But it's usually just an indicator for a magazine. So that's all the way back. I've inserted a bullet manually, which is weird to do. Like, nobody does this, I don't think. Like, nobody puts a bullet in there and then racks chamber. Usually they're not that like the one bullet. Like, if you're doing like a duty carry, if you're a cop or like military, you're probably not doing that. But so we put this in, and then I can press down on this slide right here to, it is now good to fire.
Oh, shotgun time.
We'll talk about the shotgun in a minute. Billy in Deadlock eats the leftover bullet casings and puts new bullets in his gun with his mouth because he goat. That is a talent. My friends and I always, like, if you load your own ammunition, you are so far down a rabbit hole that, like, it's hard because you have to do, precise measurements. You have to have the right machinery. You have to do a lot of math. But key to that is you basically have to have a space that is exclusively for loading bullets. One, for the obvious safety issue that you have, like, gunpowder in a certain area, but, like, humidity and temperature controlled rooms are almost required for ammunition loading. It's also insanely expensive and insanely time consuming. It is doable, but, like, especially with, increased tariffs, and because a lot of the materials that require to make bullets come from China, it's getting more expensive to load. Also, people love to blame Obama for the rising cost of ammunition. That's not true. It's just not true. We all know that. Okay, so let's see if I've talked everything. Trigger, pull trigger, shoot gun. Magazine release. So this little button right here. Again, lots of little buttons. This is your magazine release. When I press this, the magazine is going to slide out. And this magazine is loaded with some bullets right now, but there's basically just a spring in here. It's very simple. A spring in here pushes the bullets up until it's out. It doesn't show it in this one. Ordinarily, the spring will come all the way up, and there will be like an end bit here, and that's what that's what pushes up your slide release or slide catch. Trigger, slide release, safety, hammer. This is the hammer. There are a bunch of weapons out there that are hammerless. Striker fire is really popular. Every Glock, I believe, is striker fired. I don't know if Glock doesn't have a hammer fire. There's no fucking way. Like, unless they did some really buck wild, like, Forgotten Weapons shit, Glock is purely striker fire. What else? Is this good streaming content? Are you enjoying this? Is everybody enjoying this?
I'm enjoying it.
Then it's worth the time. Do you have any questions thus far, Maple?
That's basically Joshua Graham's gun, right?
No, actually.
No.
It's the same. Okay, so the 1911 is one of it's the 1911, the AK-47, and the AR-15 are the most copied guns in the world. You're close though.
Mhm.
You're very close, and let's see if we can actually find that gun, Joshua Graham's gun. It's not going to be exact, but it's going to be close. I don't know.
According to the cool Fallout wiki, not the fandom one, but the cool one, it's loosely based off of various officer-sized. This is directly from Joshua Sawyer, BT Dubs. Officer-sized compact M1911s through, though a compact M1911 like that should probably have a reverse recoil plug. The Colt New Agent is the closest equivalent.
Colt New
Yeah, so Colt New Agent.
What's the caliber on it? Because I remember that's a 9
it's 45
millimeter.
auto.
Oh, it's 45 auto. Then yeah, absolutely. This is Joshua Graham's pistol. Yeah. Sorry, I thought that he had 9 millimeters, but that were 1911 chambered.
No,
but
no.
yeah, the M1911 Classic, or I guess this one here, is probably your best bet. What's the difference between these two? Not a whole lot. I think this is like a forged steel versus a machined steel. I can't remember. But yeah, okay. So again, yes, I'm sorry, I stand corrected. The that is Joshua Graham's gun, roughly.
Got it.
45 auto, 45 ACP, automatic Colt pistol.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I can't tell what this is. This is 9x19. This is 45. Okay, so this little guy right here, and just ignore the coloration on the one on the right here. Mm-hmm. This is a 45 caliber pistol, or a pistol round, a 45 ACP automatic Colt pistol. I can't remember when this one was invented, but I know that 9mm is very, very old. It is a very old pistol round. But this guy here is going to have a whole lot more stopping power. I believe a lower velocity, though, but there is more mass behind this bullet, which is why you'll hear a lot of people. This is the biggest debate in the gun industry right now, and ever. Like, it will never end. 9mm versus 45. What should I carry for whatever reason? Like, I'm worried about getting mugged. What should I carry? A lot of slack-jawed idiots are going to say 45 because it has more stopping power, which is where the meme comes from, which is stopping power. The general consensus amongst people that I'm around that do guns, 45 is a fun round to shoot. It's a big round to shoot, but you lose a lot in terms of like magazine capacity. Most 1911s are going to have 7+1 rounds. See if I can load this up. Which is 2 more than your average revolver. And then this is a Browning high power magazine. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13+1 versus 7+1 for 45 caliber. So these are generally what you're going to be looking at in terms of like differences between 9mm and 45. 45 is going to be typically less capacity, and I say typically because things vary. They're also going to come in something called a single stack magazine. See if I can actually. Here we go. Versus a double stack magazine. So you can tell the profiles here are a little different. This one's a little bit wider. This one's a little more narrow. This is a single stack where the bullets are going to go straight down. The bullets here are going to start with 1, and then as we load them in, they're going to kind of space down like this, zigzag style, until we have a fully loaded magazine. But it's going to come up to 1 at the top. Double stack means that typically because like you can tell that this magazine is actually shorter than this one, right? But it can hold more because of the double stack, because it's just a little bit wider. And if we look at the profiles of the Browning High Power versus the 1911, if we ignore the grips, because the grips on these are fucking massive, relatively the same profile, more ammo, more stopping power per bullet. In my opinion, I opt for 9mm, especially nowadays. The various types of different loads for ammunition, the types of ammunition that we have nowadays, means that we can get a really powerful 9mm round, but not have to jump up to a 45 caliber for it. Any questions thus far? How's chat doing?
No. What about for chat? Does chat have any questions? I see Lariska said that it's important that if you see a cat with a big fat pouch, that's actually a Glock pouch, and it will kill Yoy.
Yoy. I mean, we fucking hate Yoy. That motherfucker knows. That motherfucker has it coming. Also, you listening to Yacht House while I'm streaming is like, I think, one of the biggest compliments I've ever received about my streaming. That pairs so perfectly, and it makes me very happy. Thank you. Thank you, Urban. It's an important reminder, if you want to see a cat with a big fat pouch, that's actually a Glock pouch, and it will... I have opinions about the Glock, by the way, and we'll get to that later, but I'm in a class session right now, so I need to calm down before I do that.
Yoy.
Yoy. All right, where is...
So,
go ahead.
I assume the bigger the bullet, the more recoil you get, more or less, right? Kind of, sort of.
Second, my phone is going off, telling me that it's medication.
I think I might need to vamp. So how y'all doing? Doing good? Doing good?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I'm not sure if you could hear me the whole time. I stepped out of the boundary and it freaked out.
I saw you stepping out into the forest, and I was like, "Uh-oh, do I need to start vamping?"
No, don't vamp ever. Did everyone take their meds today?
I did.
Woohoo! No, you didn't.
I did not get as much sleep as I should have because I wanted to make sure I took my medication.
What a good.
Because I need to be consistent.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Especially with my medication. You don't want to vary that too much. Like, there's some of it I could probably get away with varying without issue, but not all of it. So I'd rather just keep it consistent.
I want to make a laser cut patch now of Pasta pointing a gun outward, and it says, "I'm going to kill Yoy." Okay, I'm trying to find 9mm, and it's not. Fuck. Favorite category set, caliber. Whoop. Why do all these have A in front of them? What the fuck?
I don't know.
Okay, so 9x18, 9x19 Parabellum. We're going to ignore all of this. We're just going to look at Parabellum. Do we have hollow points? I'll get to your question, by the way. I just need to find this first. The lipstick round. Do not apply to lips. Okay, so here's where a lot of like physics comes in. And let me find... This is where I should have done some more research. Here, this is a bullet that a lot of people know of. The 50 BMG versus the 9mm. And actually, you know what? Here's one that I do know. Five, 6. 12-gauge shell, 12-gauge. You know what? I know how to fix this.
I really wish the bullets had different icons for the type of bullet.
So do I. But listen, Anton Hand is the person who developed this game, and we cannot criticize him because he's magic and wonderful and he can do no wrong. We love Anton and support Anton with both hands. Here, you know what? I'm gonna bust out the AR-10 because I know that Maple's going to like it because it's very Fallout New Vegas with the wooden stock.
Oh, hey, that gun's like Fallout New Vegas. I like this gun.
Yes. Very easy to please. Oh, dear Maple.
You just tell me it's in Fallout, and I go, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I know what that is. Yeah, totally.
I refuse to acknowledge that AR-15s exist right now, so we're gonna do not the Scar H, definitely not the L82, the Stoner. Yes, the Stoner. Oh, this is the AR. This is the AR-15 before it got stupid and boring. Get out of here. Be gone. We're done with 1911s. Okay, so to your original question, be gone. Be gone. We're actually gonna hold on to you. Okay, so what we're looking at here are two. You know what? Actually, well, no, this is good. So there's two things we need to consider, and this is a very simplistic explanation of this. And you will want to look up a guide on this if this is something that you're very interested in. However, velocity is a huge part of bullet breakdown. Like, stopping power is important for a lot of different reasons, especially when it comes to things like combat. The ability to penetrate heavier cover means that your enemies have less place to hide and shoot back at you from. However, the slower your bullet travels, the more you have to calculate for that, the less distance you're going to have typically. So, out of these two, which one do you think flies faster? Which is usually the one that has higher velocity?
Probably the smaller one?
Correct. So, typically, 5.56, which is your typical AR-15, American guns sort of thing, like the American soldier sort of guns, typically has a higher velocity of bullet. It has, and I could be very mistaken about this, so if anybody knows, please correct me. But higher velocity means that for a lot of different things, it's going to go faster, farther, reducing your curve overall, which when a bullet comes out, it comes straight out of the barrel and then drops. But it's not going to penetrate as much cover because there's less mass behind the shot, but more speed. But there's a whole lot less mass, as you can see, between these two bullets. This one, however, kicks like a fucking mule. It's a big bullet. It will penetrate. If you look at, like, shooting cinder blocks with this versus this leaves a hole in the cinder block. This obliterates the cinder block. So those are your two differences. And, like, to say that one is superior over the other is to not look at the entire history of guns overall, and the fact that a shit ton of the world is using 7.62, this, versus 5.56, this, for their combat loads. The reason that the United States uses it, despite what people say, which is that, wounding means that they have to get a medic to pull them out. It's like, no. The bullets are lighter. You can fit more in there. They're a very effective round. Are they going to penetrate as much cover as an AR-15 or a 7.62 round is? No. Is that your goal in combat? Also kind of no. But that all comes down to various different preferences of different branches of the military. I tapped 2 swamps. Oh, fuck off. No, you can't bring in Magic the Gathering to this shot. I'm sorry. Let's play Glock 19. It's and equipment. I tap another colorless mana to equip my Relentless Rat. There's enough trans people here. Could get a pretty good MTG commander table simulator night going, I bet. Yeah, I bet you could. Not me. Not gonna happen. Any questions thus far? Did I answer your question about like
I
big
think
hit
so.
versus... Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And so you could theoretically make any type of gun with any caliber of bullet. Theoretically.
kind of like, yeah, you could chamber, you know, like these platforms right here, like this is the more like M16 AR style platforms here. They're chambered in everything. And even now, like, you know, this round, in Ukraine, there's a lot of guys who are trying to innovate because they're being hit by drones. And rather than carry around a heavy ass shotgun, let me see if I can find tube fed, magazine fed. Yeah, let's do tube fed. Break action. Is that real? No. Hold on. Hold on. I know we have more shotguns than this. Oh, thank God. Okay, cool. All right, so this is the
Hi, JD.
M1014. Hi, JD. We're talking about guns. So, I'm really glad this isn't real ammunition because that's very expensive, and I don't want to pick that up, and I'm not gonna. So, how long that took me to load versus how big this is. This is the optimal thing to have when you're trying to shoot down a drone. Well, I mean, there's other more optimal things nowadays, but like for basic stuff that most people are going to have, a shotgun and a hunting rifle, like if you're desperate to shoot down a drone, this is probably what you're going to have. And you're going to have people who have been doing like skeet shooting, bird hunting, those sort of things, shooting down drones. The problem is like, look at how big that is versus look at how big that is. Look at how big this round is versus this. This is our problem right now, is that there are people who are trying to shove basically a shotgun round into this, and they're having a pretty decent, like, they're doing a pretty decent job at it. By the way, reports from Ukraine say that any U.S. advisor that rolls in there, the Ukrainians are like, what do you mean you don't put up netting for drones? Like, the Ukrainians are giving us a masterclass in how to counter drones right now, and, like, the U.S. is very unprepared for it. So you could chamber a gun in any caliber. Typically, you're not gonna. You're gonna go to the gun that has the caliber that you want and then use that. Right. But like this comes in 22, which is like the really basic, small, you know, kid caliber. Like you give that to your young child whose first gun. You can chamber this in 22 if you want, or you can find one chambered in 22. But yeah, did that answer your question?
I think so. And you could, I think what I was getting at is you could build a gun for any caliber, more or less. Not in like a literal in your garage type of thing, but in a general manufacturing sense.
Yes. Also both. You could manufacture a gun in your garage. It just, if you have all the tools and you know what you're doing, like you could, if you know machining stuff, you could. If you also know the ATF will kick in your door and shoot your dog. Yeah, the ATF loves shooting dogs. Love it.
But each gun, whatever gun you're going to make is going to be made for the caliber it's being built for, more or less.
Correct. Yeah.
And you would have to compensate for the oomph power of the gun, of the cartridge, right? The caliber.
Well, here's the thing: is that
like if you make a revolver that fires shotgun shells, you're going to need to beef up the revolver a little bit in terms of material.
You see, this is where it starts to get a little bit out of my wheelhouse in terms of like gun design. But the thing is, like, yeah, you'll want to beef up, like, you know, you'll make things thicker because bigger explosion means bigger wear and tear on your gun. So going back to this little guy, the 9, this is probably the closest to the pistol that I own, which I will do a live like gun cleaning stream one day, just not today. I have to figure out how to do a proper camera setup. So these two are kind of the closest that I have to the real pistol that I've got. But so the 9mm round, this little guy that goes into either of these, can come in something called plus P, which I can't remember the what the P stands for. But basically it's just more boom. I think more gunpowder. Typically a higher gunpowder load, which means you're gonna have a higher velocity, a whole lot more speed behind this tiny bullet. That's what a lot of people are now carrying nowadays. And you don't want to like take your plus Ps to the shooting range when you're practicing because it's a much bigger kick and it will wear down the wear and tear about your gun. But typically, especially if you load it correctly, it's not going to explode in your hand. Explosions, like real, like full weapons malfunctions like that, catastrophic failures are very rare.
Unless you're building your own guns.
Yes. Actually, it's even, I think it's more risky to make your own ammunition than it is to make your own guns. Because you could just like, well, I can't say that on Twitch. Never mind. Yeah, we're gonna be smart about this one and just not say that out loud. Go in. Oh, Kansas City. Oh, it's Kansas City, Kansas. Okay, that's slightly less worse. This is the CZ Shadow. This is the gun that I wanted but could not afford. This is the Browning High Power, which is basically like this guy's grandfather. And this is basically the one that I could afford. What was I saying? Plus Bs. Yeah, so catastrophic flares, explosions and stuff like that are rare, but they do happen. I did have one happen next to me at a shooting range once where I heard bang, bang, and then a really weird bang that made everyone stop. And I backed up, and as I was backing up, I heard someone say, "Hey man, are you all right?" And then I just heard, "No." And then an ambulance came. His load in one of his really old rifles, which is actually a rifle that I own, malfunctioned and blew up. And I think he was fine. Like, the ambulance didn't, like, rush him away. I think it was just some, like, flesh wounds. I'm sure he's fine. But, you know, if you're not careful with the loads that you're using, if you're using really old loads, if you don't or if you don't take care of your gun, it will fucking kill you. Respect your tools, respect everything that, you know, keep your knives sharp, keep your tools organized and in place. The one thing that we're not seeing here on this table right now is a first aid kit. I carry a full stop the bleed kit, tourniquet, chest seals, quick clot, anti-hemostatic bandages is what it's called. It's where it basically clots the blood automatically. I've taken a bunch of training on like stop the bleed, CPR, things like that. Which obviously, if you have a chest wound, you don't want to be doing CPR. Not a good idea.
Right.
Unless you hate the person, in which case, you know.
Right.
Have fun in jail. But yeah, did that answer your question?
I think so.
Okay. All right, so let's say I'm wondering if I should move on to home defense or if I'm missing something right now. Oh, here, let's solve this right now. So you'll hear me get real foam at the mouth, angry with people who confuse magazines with clips. The real term for both is clipazines, and we would prefer that you use that term. I'm just fucking with you. Anti-material bolt action rifle. There we go. Mosin Mini. Where's my Mosin? Boop. Mosin Nagant. The M38. The M1891. I think this is the better one. So here's a quick history lesson. As war goes on in a country, you're going to see the weapons that soldiers were initially given start to become worse. A very famous example of this is the Japanese Atasaka. I'm wondering if they have it here. Rifle. where basically the rifle started out with some like really high-end iron sights that actually had adjustments for anti-aircraft. There was designed to lay down and use your sights to lead the aircraft to try and shoot it out of the air, which is ridiculous to do with a rifle in the first place, but they had it. Then, as it went on, the war went on, they lost the fancy sights. They lost the fancy wood stocks. They lost a bunch of stuff. Like, they just had to strip everything because they could not manufacture these rifles fast enough and didn't have enough material to waste on precision. They just had to get them out the fucking door. My Mosin Nagant, which I think is the M38, came with a historically like made in 1938, I think, sling, a canvas sling. And I tore it apart because I wanted to see, first of all, how it was manufactured, but also if I could use it for something else. There were different threads for every single section. Like, if you had to take it off and move the thing to sew it somewhere else, there was a different type of thread, which tells me that they were desperate and just did not care about consistency. It was just, get this shit sewed up and get it out the door. I don't care what you have to use, just do it. This is not the rifle that I own. This is the wrong one. Ballin'.
So this is a fun thing to ask in a learn about gun stream. What's the difference between all these different names for guns? Because guns, like cars, tend to look kind of similar in a lot of ways.
Elaborate for me, if you will. Just give me a little more for that question, because I think I know what you're getting at.
So, the gun in your hand.
The most
rifle.
Ah, okay, great question. Yeah.
Whereas, like those other ones, right? Technically, they're some type of automatic weapon, but
still rifles.
The rifle and the gun next to it do look really, really similar, aside from ammo loading. So what's kind of the different? What makes a difference between like a pistol and a revolver? I know revolvers are pistols, but that type of thing.
Yeah. So laws. That's the biggest one.
Laws. Okay.
So laws are what really define what is what. Like the term AR-15, right? A lot of people think that is assault rifle 15. Assault rifle is a political term. Whether you agree with it or not, which I do, it's a rifle that you use to assault someone. It's an assault rifle. That's fine. But it's Armalite. Armalite was the company that came up with the AR. I don't know if it was their 15th variants on the rifle, which is the guy that this guy Stoner is the one who basically started the AR-15, this platform, which we refer to as a platform for ammunition, basically. But Armalite AR-15, that's generally the thing. But like the taxonomy for it: rifle, shotgun, pistol. Now, you ready for this one? You ready for some buck wild shit? Pistol. Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on. Sorry, there's a lot of guns to go through here. And honestly, there was no way I was going to anticipate this because the world of guns is so fucking vast. Also, I should really check chat. Hi JD, sorry I didn't say hello earlier. I'm like very deep in it. If you have a Costco membership and care about magic, they have. Oh my god.
And that's a general PSA, not a pasta PSA.
By the way, we're going to talk about fictional weapons later, but this is we'll talk about that later. Yes. We can't focus on that right now.
Well, we got to know about real weapons before we get to the fictional ones.
That's not it. I'm trying to find a good example of what could be considered a pistol legally. So there's a lot of different laws that dictate what it is and is not a pistol. A lot of it has to do with the stock. And I know that we have AR pistols in here, and I'm gonna keep finding them, but I'll talk about it while I'm looking. Barrel length, capacity,
Mhm.
stock, and whether you can switch it from automatic to semi-automatic are going to really define by laws what a certain gun is. These are too old too. So, okay. In most states in the United States, 16 inches is the minimum barrel length. Anything shorter, and it is considered a SBR, or short-barreled rifle. Those require, or they did require, a $200 tax stamp and a background check with the ATF, where basically they know that you have an SBR. Then you could get a shorter barrel with a stock. However, the way to bypass that is you remove the stock completely, shorten your barrel as much as you want. You now have a pistol in some states. That is a very loose and very poorly defined answer to that question.
Yeah.
Sorry.
See you, Lariska.
Lariska booking?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Booking.
Thank you for stopping by and suggesting Magic the Gathering to, I guess, just follow your joy. I don't know who actually finds joy in Magic the Gathering, but well, it's killing me that there isn't one here. Basically an AR-15 without the stock. Let's find just the basic bitch, like, AR-15. Which, unfortunately, I was not going to whip out, but it's just really a lot easier to explain. M16. HK416. Why not? This is close enough. So this, take off this stock, which is adjustable. You push in this lever, pull this back and forth.
Okay.
And that's adjustable. And so, clearing a building, you want it in really close. If you're trying to take a longer distance shot, you have your comfortable resting position, your arms way out. You're a lot more stable, because if your hand is here and you're trying to take a shot, it's going to wobble a little bit more. If it's way out here and you have your stock fully extended and your arm is way out, you're going to have a better time keeping it stable. But yeah, take this off. Boom, you got a pistol.
Okay.
So
even guns that are guns that are made for different purposes can be converted to other types of guns just due to the nature of guns being made similar shapes in a lot of ways.
So if you're trying to you could convert this is a semi-automatic 9mm pistol. I haven't shot anything yet.
Ooh.
Oh, different magazine. That doesn't work. So this is a semi-automatic 9mm pistol, which means that when I pull the trigger once... Oh, shit. Oh, fuck this. I have another pistol. What am I doing? I'm playing a video game right now. This is fine. Okay, so we're going to check the chamber. It is loaded. Safety's off. When I pull the trigger once and watch the trigger as it goes back, it's going to pull until... bang. And now it has to reset, so I let go of the trigger, and it resets, and now it's good to fire again. If I wanted to take this to a gunsmith who knew what they were doing and say, hey, make this full auto, they'd say, cool, give me a second, and they'd go in the back, call the police, and then have me arrested. If it were legal for them to do that, they could do that by turning this into a fully automatic pistol. Such as... this Glock 18 with what is referred to as a giggle switch. See that giggle switch right there? That guy? So I think this is... yeah, this is semi-automatic. So pull back, reset, fire, reset, giggle switch. It's that easy. Like, it does not take much. And in fact, it's really easy to convert something into a full auto gun But the trick is to make it full auto and then semi-auto. That is where things get tricky. So for like purpose-built things, you could go to a gunsmith and say, hey, I want to make this into a full auto. And they would say, okay, that's going to cost an insane amount of money. What are you doing? You live in the United States. Why don't you just go buy one? You could also do something like this and slap a stock on your pistol. If you ever played Resident Evil 4, you know what I'm talking about with the red 9, which we actually have right here. Boop. Boop. So this was a Mauser. Mauser M712? I don't remember it being called that, but whatever. Oh, we're actually going to get back to clips versus magazines. This is great. Because I totally left that subject behind. This is a really old pistol from World War I, and you can hold it with the front like this with your hand kind of right here, and then brace with the stock, and pull this back. Hold on, I'm trying to remember how to do this with these controls. It's such a fucking nightmare. Oh my god, I can't remember how to do this. Fuck. All right, well, we're going to cheat it a little bit. So ordinarily you'd pull this back and then lock this back. And then you'll push these bullets. You will strip this clip, otherwise known as a stripper clip, down. Right? You going to go down? Not going to do it? Hello? What the fuck is happening? Why is this not working? Oh god. What's happening? Why isn't this working? We're having a slight malfunction here. Well, fuck. All right, we're going to find something else. But yeah, you could slap a stock on anything to make it more stable. It's just going to be awkward as fuck to like hold a pistol with both your hands and then brace it right here, which is why you don't see that very often. This is the Scorpion, Russian made. You know, you might have seen like Winter Soldier use this in Captain America.
Marvel.
But yeah, you can flip a stock out, very small. This was very popular for like bodyguards in Russia. Fully auto, semi-auto. Very low recoil, but you could still stabilize this by flipping this out, holding it there. Does that answer your question generally?
I think so.
Okay. We're actually going to take a moment for pasta. Let's hit the gong. So fucking good. Okay. Stripper clips versus get out of here. Magazines. So Begone Matrix gun. So this is a magazine, right? Magazines, like the ones that you read, have information on the inside, which is very similar to having bullets on the inside, right? That's how I remember these things. Magazine go in, bullet go in magazine. Magazine go in gun. Magazine stay in gun until magazine removed from gun. So we've loaded the magazine. The spring load has pushed the bullet up into the chamber. I've racked the action, which is what this is called. You rack the action, which has then put a bullet into the chamber. And then also, if you can see the little teeth right there, this isn't a very good representation digitally, but those teeth are called an extractor, and they literally just grab the bullet and rip it out. So right in the trash can. Very good. So that's your magazine. Very simple. Very. Oh, also, just a quick comparison here. So if you'll note, let's see if it does it. So you'll notice that this guy is not hitting with as much force as this guy. This one hits harder. This is the 7.62. This is the 5.56. This is the one that goes through cover. This is the one that is very fast, but not as much mass. So these are both magazine fed, with ejection on the thumbs, so I don't have to like actually grab it and pull it. A stripper clip, like this, is going to seat itself in front of the bolt and down into the chamber. Well, I guess the magazine, the magazine well, the whole, I don't know what this, the well where the bullets go. You're going to grab it and push down. And then you're going to, sometimes you can just push the, so I have this in here right now. Sometimes you can just push this forward and it'll pop out automatically. Some guns require that you remove it, then push it forward. But that magazine now, I can reload this and then push this back into the gun and fire. But all of like the magazine is basically internal. But the stripper clip loads it. So that's the difference between clips and magazines. So every time that like you hear somebody talk about like, you know, I got a clip for my AK. AKs don't have clips. Yeah. AKs have
magazines.
Correct. Any questions thus far?
Not especially, though I am noticing I'm becoming fairly nauseous, actually.
Then, yeah, how long have we been doing this? How long has the stream been?
Hour and 37 minutes, give or take a few seconds.
Okay. I think what we're going to do is conclude class here. I'm going to keep playing, so if y'all want to keep watching. But yeah, if you're feeling nauseous, please look away. But I'm actually going to start playing the game part of this, and we can continue this education because there's more to learn. But that's it for now. Yeah.
Cool.
And if you need to like Maple, if you need to bounce and like go lay down, you can. Or you can stick around. It's up to you.
I just did not realize how off I was feeling until you really started moving around with the guns, and then I was like, oh no.
Oh no. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm feeling not great.
I'm about to be moving a whole lot more, so.
I think it's also I'm on my actual computer screen. Most of the time when I'm watching your stream, you're either like on the second monitor.
Yeah.
So I'm doing something else, so I'm not staring at it the entire time. Or I have you very small on my tablet or phone while I'm drawing.
I want to be second monitor content. I don't mind if people watch and are super engaged. But like being second monitor content is, I don't know, it feels more like, I don't know. It seems because I pretty much every stream that I ever watch is second monitor content. And there's some people who take that as like an insult. I don't.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't worry about it.
Cool. I think I'm just gonna make you really tiny. There we go.
And I guess I can still do a little bit of education. So revolvers do have their own clips. These guys here, which are a little more complex. They're very weird, but this is called the speed loader. And maybe you don't have to look at the screen. I can just describe it.
Well, I made you very small now, so we should be good.
So these are hollow points. You'll see that the points are hollow. And what these do is when they hit flesh, or anything really, will expand very rapidly, causing more internal damage. So for soft body targets, people who aren't wearing armor, hollow points are extremely effective at pretty much stopping them. When we talk about stopping power, the hollow point, when it expands, is pushing a lot of energy outward as opposed to through, which means that it's hitting more stuff in the body. It is very literally just designed to kill faster. There's no other reason you would use a hollow point other than to make sure that someone who is not wearing body armor will go down quickly. Oh, shit. Speaking of which... Oh, this is going to be rough. So, right there, I hit him in the chest first. Nothing happened. Shot him in the head. that worked. Shoot and head work. Full Metal Jacket FMJ is way more effective against cover and body armor because it's not expanding on impact. It's not losing its energy as quickly as a hollow point would. Which is why, like, you know, most soldiers, when you have like a gun, like a rifle, you're gonna have FMJ because you might be fighting someone who's taking cover, who's could have done that better. Yeah, and a buddy of mine who used to carry just kind of every day carried 3 rounds in his magazine that were hollow point, and then the rest were FMJ because he reasoned that if he didn't get the person on the first 3 rounds, he was going to be fighting them from cover while they got into cover. So there's that. When it comes to like self-defense rounds, I don't think it matters all that much. Like, a lot of people on the internet want to talk about like, oh, but what if they're like hopped up on drugs and you really need your stopping power for it? It's like, what scenario are you in? What magical world are you in where you need all of that? There's a lot of whimsy, very bad, rotten whimsy in the gun world, especially online. Don't go on gun forums. They're bad for your brain. Like a hollow point. Wieners Through Time, new memoir. Just that's the great thing about there's very few people that I trust with gun humor, like people who are like who make jokes with guns and like around guns. Anton Han, who is the developer of this game, is fucking hilarious. The man knows exactly what he's doing, and is not a fucking nut job. Like, before I moved to Minneapolis, I felt so alone in terms of being someone who liked to fire guns and wanted to own guns and wasn't a, you know, slack-jawed, bloodthirsty Republican. And then I moved to Minneapolis and I met a bunch of people on the left spectrum that carry. The joke is you move far enough left, you get your guns back. But yeah, those people do exist. And I'll tell you, I feel a lot more comfortable going to the range than I did when I had Republicans friends. I felt a lot more safe with my friends now than I did with friends back then. This is called a tactical reload of a shotgun. So basically what you do is you open the chamber, load a gun into the barrel, rack it closed, and then you load from the bottom here, like so. You'll see John Wick do this. Honestly, there's a lot of stuff in John Wick that is just kind of, it's accurate because, you know, Keanu Reeves spent years practicing real firearm drills and techniques with real professionals. And in the second movie, he does what's called a 3-gun course, but like fictionalized. A 3-gun course is basically a gun competition where you do. That's what happens when you scratch your nose while still holding your finger on the trigger. Yeah, he ran a 3-gun course, which is pistol, shotgun, rifle. And if you know what I'm talking about with like the big nightclub scene after that lady kills herself in the bathtub, and I'm referring to the movie John Wick 2, that's a 3-gun course. But yeah. Also, man, there ain't no suckers like tactical suckers, I'll tell you. All the speed load stuff. Oh, that industry is just so ripe for the picking. Laser cut patches, which you'll see on a lot of police now, where it's one piece of fabric over another, and the top piece of fabric has been laser cut to have like police or ICE or whatever bullshit on it. Those are laser cut fabrics, and they're not anything special. Someone got a laser cutter, cut some fabric, glued one piece onto another. It's actually cheaper and easier to do that than it is to get an embroidery machine and do that. It takes less time too.
Mm.
What the fuck am I doing? Ah! But tactical idiots will spend out the wazoo for laser cut stuff because they're dumb, and I speak from experience because I am dumb. Shit. Oh shit. 1, 2, 3. Come on. No, my gun. No, shotgun, come back. Shotgun, come back. You can bet all on me. But yeah. That's it. I can't think of anything else to say. I'm out of words. I'm gonna probably finish this run and then go lay the fuck down. I've been too sick to do physical activities, so even something as simple as this is tiring. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Intermission. Bum, 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 bum. Shit. Intermission over.
That's it. No more intermission for you.
So, a little bit of basic combat for y'all. This may seem obvious, but sometimes people need to hear the obvious. Expose as little of yourself out of cover as possible. It's funny because I was playing paintball a long time ago, and this paintball, this dude who was a professional was teaching this kid how to pop in and out of cover. So basically, he told the kid pop in, pop out, pop in, pop out, go bam, 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 and then because he was shouting this from the sidelines to this kid, we watched this kid wreck house, and this is the kid's first time ever playing paintball, but he listened to the guy's advice and just popped in and out of cover really quick to the point where nobody could hit him. And this kid didn't win, but he just started getting people. It was amazing. But yeah, reducing the amount of time you spend out of cover, how little you're exposing yourself from cover. Sometimes blind firing is okay. That's not true. Don't do that. So the problem is I have buckshot in these, and they're wearing vests, which means that I'm not really getting any... I'm not actually stopping them. Bam, bam. So this is where the tactical reload comes in handy, because now I have one in the chamber. I can point the barrel this way and load, and then I'm good to go. Come on. Damn. That was embarrassing. But yeah, popping in and out of cover, that sort of stuff. Now that's going to matter to many people. Hopefully anyone. Always remember your basics of CQC. I feel like I should play Metal Gear, the whole series at some point. It just does not seem like my type of game, but it seems like my kind of schlock. Alternatively, just barrel down the open hallway and trust that your health bar will be depleted slow enough to get you through your enemies. This is also true. You can do that. By the way, happy to hear you sounding a bit better. Hope you've been feeling better. Much better. Oh my god. I still have a cough, but yeah, no, I'm feeling significantly better. Thank you, Herb. I appreciate it. Jackie, I'm very glad that you volunteered to barrel down the hallway. I will be right behind you. Promise. All right, so I'm switching from... And this is where things get a little dubious, and this is a video game. We have to remember that. This is what are called flechette rounds, which are basically spiky rounds. What they represent in this game are armor piercing. Which shotgun rounds typically don't most people don't use shotguns in situations where you would need to pierce armor. Like shotguns nowadays are just kind of useless in combat. Like the Marines still issue them, but they barely use them. It's mostly for like, hey, you got wild dogs around your camp? You've got, drones you need to shoot down maybe. But yeah, so we'll be right back. Pasta will be right behind me, so health bar will be depleting slightly faster. So what I'll do is basically I'll have my hand on your shoulder here, and I'll be firing here. So your hearing on your right ear is going to be completely gone, but I'll be relatively safe. That's actually a class I'm going to eventually take is, like you'll see, what is it? Secret Service and stuff like that. Like bodyguards will like hold someone in a certain way while they're drawing their weapon. There's a lot of training that goes into that. And I eventually want to take that training just for fun. I have no reason to do that, but... Okay, so this is where we have some altitude to deal with. So we are now fighting on multiple axes instead of just... Would you die, please? Thank you. Don't worry about the screaming elevator. It's fine.
I'm a little worried about the screaming elevator.
I said don't worry about it. It's fine. Oh, I'm glad I put the foam in. There's inserts for my my knees on my pants to put foam pads in. It actually worked pretty well. God, I wish I could show you all some of the dumbest, like, body positions for shooting that, like, just look so stupid but are so goddamn effective when you're fighting that it doesn't matter. Also will be conscious effort to shoot around me rather than through me. I would never shoot you, especially not in the pack. Okay, I'm going to lose this round. This part's fucking hard for reasons that are about to become really obvious. And I have no health left. So we're just going to go all the way up here and camp. We're also going to spam. Oh, shit. Okay, so that's a shield guy. Yeah, I don't have the range for this. Hardened encryption detected. Yeah. Oh, these stairs are a bitch in VR. Ow, ow. Ow. Fuck, yeah. I got dumb there. I got in a hurry. I have to kill those boxes quickly, so... That's Helldivers, though. I'm talking about real life. Jackie, if we're in a firefight, you're probably the reason I'm doing the firefight. It's not because you got us into it, because I'm trying to fucking protect you. You're not going to be in front of me. You're going to be in cover. I'm going to be taking care of shit. That's why you have me around. So I assume that the judge, when I was hired me because I am a large masked person, which means that I am easier to hide behind when it comes to bullets. But that wasn't the case, apparently. Not what I was used for. I was used for boring shit. Pasta will be in front of me, so I will need to make conscious effort to shoot around him. Yeah, we're going to have some... You're not going to hold a gun around me until we do some training. God, every fucking time in a movie, every time that someone's like, here, take this gun, and the person's like, I'm not comfortable with that, or I've never fired one before, and the person who's giving the gun is like, I insist. It's like, don't do that, ever. Like, you are putting everyone in danger by handing them a gun. You have made the situation worse by handing someone who either does not want or does not know how, or both, a gun. Don't. I want to do some long distance. So yeah, that shit drives me fucking insane. And I think World War Z did it the best, where, and don't watch that movie. Don't watch World War Z for various different reasons. Basically, this kid who is like a scientist who has the cure in his head is given a pistol, and he says, "I don't know about this." And then somebody's like, "Just take it." He slips on the like runway to the plane and shoots himself in the head. Does this game let you shoot your training officer? And get away with it.
Oh.
The relaxing sound of periodic distant gunfire is in the air.
So, what we're going to do here is there we go. Okay, got rid of them. We're going to do what is called, and then I'm actually going to end the stream. I want to do this real quick, though. Oh. You cleared them the boring way. Well, yeah, I'm not going to shoot everyone on the shooting range. It's just rude. Okay, so this is the qualification mode, and this is what I think the Army has to do to qualify to like actually be able to use a gun. Like you qualify for a squad automatic weapon, you qualify for a sniper rifle, you qualify for an AR and a pistol and stuff like that. And so we're gonna do the M16, M14 qualification. And we're just going to start with infinite ammo. Okay, so my job is to shoot the targets as they come up. And what you'll notice is in my right eye, I've got basically iron sights on top of my scope. That allows me to sight in quicker than I would with a with just the scope. But it's also a little complicated because, you know, this is a video game and VR is not one-to-one with the real world. Oh my god, my breathing in caused me to miss that shot. Okay, got it. This is worse than I've ever done before, I think. This is bad.
So do stocks need to be any type of specific shape, or can there be a little more artistry to them?
Well, that's a great question. The stock is, there's so many different kinds of stocks. So like this one is just a basic triangle shape, and it's a basic triangle shape because it was cheap to manufacture. And there's low recoil. Fuck. Talking while shooting is not good. Because it can actually throw off my aim. So yeah, cheaply manufactured, not very comfortable to shoot. You know, no rubber. No rubber. I mean, this might be rubber, but it's not like a comfortable rubber. I think I'm done. Am I done? I did not pass. Oh shit, I'm not done yet. However, like a 5.56 like this, the recoil is so okay. I gotta stop. The recoil on something like this is so low that like whatever your stock is, it's not a big deal. Because it's not gonna hurt your shoulder that much. Honestly, like the biggest weapon that I own is the Mosin Nagant 7.62x39R. Kicks like a fucking mule, and like your shoulder hurts a little bit after you've shot for like an hour or so, but it's not that big a deal. especially if you're bracing correctly. Like if you have it up against like the meaty part of your shoulder and not like the collarbone itself, you're not going to feel the recoil that much. There are stocks that compensate for recoil purely for comfort, and some because you just kind of have to, or it will knock you on your ass. And that's basically like the 50 BMG and a bunch of other like elephant rifle stuff. But yeah, you could do. I mean, and there's a lot of artistry just to be done like on the sides. You know, you'll see a lot of like this machine kills fascists on the side of rifles.
Right, or ornate engravings or words.
Yep,
stuff like that.
Also, we can talk about the SIG brace real quick. By the way, I'm doing what like is referred to as covering fire, where like you're not actually trying to like aim down your sight and hit the thing. You're just sending as many rounds downrange to keep the person downrange in cover. So you'll do this, and then if you have a buddy, they'll pop up when you're reloading and shoot, and basically keep them pinned until you can either flank the person and hit them, or you hit them by, you know, chance. Let's talk about the SIG brace. The SIG brace, from the company Sig Sauer. Toolbox, ammo box. Is this what I want? No, that's not what I want. Was a huge political like upheaval in terms of laws, right? So we talked about like the different sizes of stocks. Like, so you can have a 16-inch barrel and a stock. If you have a 15-inch barrel and you have a stock, you have a short-barreled rifle. You now have to deal with the ATF. SIG released something that was considered a disability aid, which was a brace that would wrap around your right, like so your right or left forearm. It would wrap around and you would cinch it down with like Velcro strap. And then you could shoot an AR, like a rifle, one-handed. And that was the stock. The thing about that is that the SIG brace is the exact same shape as a stock. And so people just started buying SIG braces, throwing them on their short-barreled rifles and saying, oh, it's fine. The ATF was like, that's not fine. If you put a SIG brace on your rifle, that's a short-barreled rifle. We have an issue with that. People took them to court. The ATF lost. The SIG brace is now legal. But, so like the SIG brace, basically, it's this part right here that wraps around the forearm. And then you hold it out like this, as opposed to with both hands. You hold it out like this. It's exactly shaped like this. So all you have to do is put it on your shoulder. Basically, ATF was like, if we catch you putting it on your shoulder, you're under fucking arrest. Like, you've used it as a short-barreled rifle. I don't know what the law is now because the ATF is simply not clear on what the fuck that means. So it's just very muddy waters.
Gotcha.
You okay, little buddy? You doing all right? You know you're not supposed to be in there like that. That's not good. You're not supposed to have your barrel into the ground like this. This isn't... You really want to keep your barrel out of the dirt to keep it from jamming. You also want to keep it from clipping through the world geometry. That can also cause jamming. And a lot of other issues. Are you hungry? Want some food? Is that what you need? Anyways, that's the lessons for today. If anybody has any questions, let me know. You must have a perfectly good firearm, which you did. That's exciting.
Yeah, and of course, most of my questions are being asked, one, to better understand guns, because very minimally familiar. And of course, the other reason being, well, you know, the ongoing Fallout rewrite requires me to think about stuff like that. So
yeah. Oh, we love it.
And how much can you make a gun stock look like a baseball bat handle? Stuff like that.
Very easily. Oh, well, if that's what you're asking, absolutely. So I couldn't find a pistol version of this, but basically like this is called the buffer tube here. And this is where the slide goes back. So you see how I'm pulling this back? That little bit right there. Beep, that goes back here.
Yeah.
You could just core out a baseball bat and then have the thick end be your brace. It would be fucking uncomfortable, but it would work. You could also have the front stock or the front rail, like this part here, be your stock.
Yeah.
And you basically cut a baseball bat in half and then fold it together.
Yeah, I think something I sent you kind of had that going on with it.
Somebody said Tomb Raider, and now I'm trying to remember what pistol she uses. But right now we're going to go full Matrix. Oh, I'm going to teach you all about the HK slap. So the HK slap...
Well, you asked what pistol, so I went to find out.
Oh, what is it?
Unfortunately, I'm on fandom, so give me a second.
Gross.
The first 3 games is modeled after the Browning High Power and the Colt M 1911.
Yes. Okay, so the Browning High Power is basically, it's the predecessor to the CZ75, the pistol that I own. That goes for another mark for lesbian guns. Okay. So this is the Heckler & Koch HK MP5. 9mm, very popular. You've seen this gun in movies. Go watch Die Hard. You pull the bolt back here, opens the chamber, and then you can lock this bolt forward so that the chamber stays open, but it won't fire. But you can also pull this back and then let it go. However, HK recommends, and most people already do, take it and they slap the slide down. And that loads it. And HK recommends that because it seats the bullets a little bit easier, or a little bit more securely. I'm surprised I actually hit anything at all. All right. If somebody has any questions, that's our stream. How could you slap? Browning High Power is your starter. Beretta 92FS, the Vertec in 2 and 3. Last Revelation in Chronicles, and the Browning in Angel of Darkness. Okay. Let me get out of VR real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh, getting out of VR. While Paz is getting out of VR, that means it's my time. I get to sit here and yammer for a while. For a moment while Paz is away. And also, since the VR is gone, I can actually see the stream again. But yeah, so as I mention all the time, I'm working on a Fallout 4 rewrite, part of which I am creating a kind of cultural visual style for places like Diamond City, and leaning more into that baseball design. So part of me asking all my questions had to do with me trying to figure out how much can I get away with by making a gun look like a baseball bat, but not in a literal is a baseball bat way, but in a like style way. Aesthetics, you know? The visual stylings of a baseball bat or baseball memorabilia type of thing.
There we go. Now they can hear me. Yeah, I love the concept you're going for, where it's just like, let's build everything from the top down around baseball.
Yeah, it's just like the cultural kind of vibe I'm a history person, so I'm very much used to kind of looking at that type of thing. Um, like today, literally this morning, y'all haven't seen it, Pasta's seen it, but I'm going to reference it as if you have seen it. I went and made a little kind of outline of what I think their little Diamond City baseball religion is. And one thing that came to me was a concept that I think is from, what do you call it? Mysticism. I don't know its exact term
That sounds right.
in a way that's not mean. Um, the sacred
Religious
geometry.
fervor.
No. I was thinking of a much more different and insulting term. The I've only ever heard that type of term, like sacred geometry, used in a very specific context. But it's that kind of certain shapes, symbols thing, right?
Yeah.
Which, while less necessarily useful in a metaphysical way, is fantastic in an architectural way, because like a lot of churches, right, up until the Protestants started doing things, were a lot of them were built in the shape of a cross. And so if you have an entire religion based around baseball, you can 100% have buildings that are built in the shape of stuff like home plate or a baseball diamond or a baseball field. A kind of architectural style that is built around baseball, but is not necessarily a we've put baseball back paint or a baseball paint on everything so that you know it's baseball.
I'm so stoked for this.
The great thing about this is it's also forcing me to learn perspective, because if I don't, I can't build the architecture I need to build. But yeah, so that's the fun. Maple has done stuff earlier today and is now telling you about it. Thing.
I have to run a TTRPG in this thing that you're building. Either that or you do. Sorry, when I say I do, I really want you to do it, but I will do it. No problem.
I need to at least finish Diamond City first and kind of get a plan for that. Before I can unleash players into it. Right now, I was like, I was kind of a hodgepodge of. There's a couple of shops and the base game stuff from Diamond City, more or less, and then the stuff that is concepted but not implemented.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just remember, when you're building a world, it will never fully be built.
This is true.
And my friend Desert is still struggling with that sometimes. We're like, he's almost done with the game that we're running. And this was supposed to be like maybe a 3-month game, like gap between when I stopped running it. And it's turned into 2-3 years now. And we're almost done with it, but he's still building that world. And like, I'm like, man.
Yeah.
And it's funny because the next game that I'm running is going to be in his universe, but 1,000 years later with the city destroyed. So I'm like, you gotta finish this, man. I need solids.
Yeah. And I really don't need to do like everything, but I at least want to get Diamond City down, because that is kind of what kicked all of this kind of thought process off. And so I'd like to get it like solidified, and then I've got a few hodgepodge ideas of what the other towns of the Commonwealth are doing, and factions in a much more abstract sense.
Yeah.
Because I think the people of Bunker Hill dress like colonial people. That's what I think. Like the Revolutionary War attire, what they're wearing at that time, that type of style. One, because it's funny. Two, there is a big statue right at Bunker Hill of a guy in that type of outfit. And I think people of the post-apocalypse would be like, hey, that guy's wearing that type of outfit. We should wear that type of outfit. Yep. Or at least heavily influenced by that type of outfit.
Yeah. Also, God, the clothes in Fallout. Like, stop wearing tattered rags. Like, sewing is sewing is not hard. Like, here's the thing about like sewing full clothes. It's not hard. It just takes time. And what do you have in the apocalypse? A shit ton of time, because you're not going to your fucking 9 to 5. I'll tell you that. You're going to get and secure food, water, security, and once you have that, you have time. And if you don't have anyone to have sex with, you're going to be doing a lot of sewing or knitting. Anyways, or knitting. Did I say knitting? Knitting's a big one. The moment the apocalypse kicks off, I'm finding the nearest person to me who knits, and I'm following them.
Pergabeth says, I think the Institute needs more to stand on, morally speaking. Caesar's Legion had something at least. Yeah. But if they don't wear tattered rags, how do we know we're living in the nuclear apocalypse? Right, Jackie? 100% agree. Yeah, I think the Institute needs a bit more to it. Because they don't really give off their claimed goal of wanting to save humanity, but they don't really do anything important.
Yeah, they have nothing. They have nothing that they stand behind. Like, strip them of their tech.
Yeah, they're not kooky enough to be like the Big Empty. You know, they're not kooky enough in that way.
God, the Big Empty would whoop the Institute's ass. Just thrash them. You know why? Robo-Scorpions!
They also have Saturnite, which is great stuff. But like it's weird that for a faction devoted to science and the study of science and all that, they're not doing a ton of science and all that. Other than the synths and like making a few plants bigger.
And God, they're doing...
You can't forget about the gorillas.
They're doing such a shit job of the synth creation. Like, they lack any creativity when it comes to that. Like, what is... So let me ask you this. What is the goal of the Institute, period?
The way I've always interpreted their goal, it's the same goal the Big Empty has. Science. It's just that the Institute is worse at it. Or at least I think that's the Institute's original goal. But
Definitely.
when Sean takes over, I guess he has some kind of ego trip and is like, we must make more. And everything goes downhill from there.
Like, so that's fine. Like, okay, you want to make more. Yeah. Okay, to what end? Like, and you know what? Perkabeth has it where it's the make Institute about conscious transference. Like, that's an option where it's like, hey, the world above is miserable and we want to make them better. So we're going to transfer people's consciousnesses into bodies that can handle the harshness of this world. And, you know, and then you can have people being like, hey, I don't want to transfer into a body like that. And the Institute could be like, well, too fucking bad. We're going to do it anyways.
I feel like part of it is that in a regular post-apocalypse setting, right, you're not going to have an Institute-like group, right? But you're also not going to have as many cybernetics as there are. And I think that's really where the weirdness comes in when you think about it, because, like, the followers of the apocalypse in New Vegas can give you really advanced cybernetic implants for just like 10,000 caps. But the Institute is devoting all of their time to building synths. And their only cyborg on roll call, as far as I know, as far as I can remember off the top of my head, is Kellogg.
Who dies like a punk.
Yeah, it's like, why... It almost feels like the synths should be something the Institute did. It didn't work, and they've abandoned. But that's why it's causing problems in the Commonwealth. Because they've abandoned their science project. They've abandoned Frankenstein. And it's a mess for everybody, right? Like, that is a better story. That the Institute did a science, fucked it up, and now the Commonwealth is having to deal with those consequences, which would piss people
Yep.
off. It's also weird that of the synths that exist, there's Gen 1, Gen 2, and Gen 3s. And then there's like a Gen 2.5.
Because of course
And there's only 2 of those. Now, there's no textual like Gen 2.5, but it's that you have the Gen 1 synths that are basically weird, freaky robots, the Gen 2 synths, where they're basically living mannequins, and then you have, I dub them 2.5 because they're not Gen 3 synths that look fully human, but they're not mannequins. And that's Nick Valentine and Dima. Because they're not quite Gen 2 synths. They're more advanced than the Gen 2 synth, but they're not as advanced as the Gen 3 synths. And it's weird that even if the Institute was fully focused on synth building, that there aren't more Gen 2.5s, more Nick Valentine types, more highly advanced, maybe filled with memories of pre-war humans, right? Like Nick Valentine is. But they just don't adapt as well as Nick does, you know?
My issue with the big thing with the lack of creativity for me is, why are you bothering making humanoids at all? They're such an inefficient combat platform and such an inefficient spy platform. Like, make rats, make more birds, make more.
And
like,
that's what's so weird is that the Institute does have spies everywhere that aren't synths. There is a decent chunk of textual evidence to show that all of those birds, the ravens, the crows, in the Commonwealth, are Institute spies.
Oh yeah,
The crows are government agents, exactly.
as we all know, birds aren't real.
As birds work for the bourgeoisie. I
thought that was straight up textual. I thought that was like something that they
that's 100% textual. And like I feel like what makes it weird is honestly it's the Gen 3 part. That's I think what kind of makes it weird, because if you stuck the synths at a 2.5 level, right? Your Nick Valentine, your Dima, you have even the same base game argument with no other real changes is more interesting, because asking, is Nick Valentine a human? Yeah, of course he is. It's like, but he's a metal machine man. He uses a screwdriver to fix his wrist when he idles. It's like, that is more in line with the type of thing you would expect, rather than are you or have you ever been a member of the Institute? Like that of the actual base game.
Yeah. Well, and this is where
Like,
my whole human versus person thing comes in. It's like,
yeah,
honestly, like that distinction doesn't really like matter whether they're a human or a person. Like, we know Nick Valentine is cool.
Oh yeah,
Dude's cool. We all want to get on his jock. I get it.
Yeah.
Crows are Antifa. Oh, we got to go back to that SCP crow versus. I want to run a small folk game with crows versus octopuses.
Ooh.
Y'all don't know what small folk is. Sorry. Think of Redwall.
No.
Think tiny mouse creatures and like snails and stuff, just doing D&D shit.
Ah, yes.
Anyways,
But
yeah.
So that's my little rant on a lot of stuff. Mostly the synths, because I really do like the concept of the synths. It's just I'm mixed about their execution, and I go back and forth on how much they should matter in a Fallout 4 rewrite. That's what I go back and forth on, because obviously they have to exist, because we can't lose our boy Nick Valentine.
No.
He's too important to the plot. He has to be there. But how advanced do you want the synths to get is kind of the question I'm struggling with. It's like, do we go full Gen 3? Or is it better to not? Is it like, it's just really difficult to kind of figure out how much that should be a core part of the kind of world and story. When really the Institute would realistically, if they're limited on materials especially, would just be making a lot more cybernetic implants. Highly advanced ones.
Yeah.
But more cybernetic implants. More
Yeah.
guns for hands, as it were.
Yeah.
Even if the guns aren't shooting bullets and instead shooting, syringes of biohazard.
Or bone.
Yes.
Also, real quick, Urban, if you're still listening, fuck you and those fucking sliders. I'm looking at them on Blue Sky right now, and I'm so goddamn hungry. See, now I want a synth versus human baseball game. And the synths by the end have won, but they've realized, hey, this is fun, and the humans invented it. Let's hang out with the humans instead of the Institute, and then they just leave.
Yeah. I guess that's also a bit of a weird thing, is that the synths, despite everything that happens, despite being a group who is theoretically, like, fighting for agency of their own lives, their own bodies, their own minds, don't actually get to exercise much agency. Like, I know it's a video game, but, like, it's weird how it's like the only two groups that really matter for the synths is the Railroad and the Institute. Like, you don't have rogue groups of synths being like, yeah, we're synths and we're awesome and humans can suck it.
Yeah. You'd think that there'd be like a whole pile of them. But maybe there are, and we just don't know that they're there.
You telling me Bethesda didn't fry this rice?
Yep.
Oh, that's so good.
I now have to eat thanks to Urban Bohemian. I would love to keep talking about this. However, why don't we talk about this like on your stream sometime?
Oh, yeah. Honestly, at this point, most of my streams at this point, I stream and I talk for like an hour about Fallout redesign. That's pretty much all my streams have become.
Fuck you,
in
Urban.
a really amusing way. Not even sorry about it.
All right. That's all for now. Probably not going to stream tomorrow night. I really got to get some work done at the shop. Monday night, I will be streaming. Don't know what. Maybe the first Kingdom Come. I'm not sure. Which I hear is rough. But right now, we're going to do something that we've never done before. We're going to raid a streamer that has over 30 viewers. I dare say we're going to raid a streamer that has almost 2,000 viewers. Mostly because I just never done it before and I want to see what happens. We're going to raid Lime Malicious. And I've raided Joe Hills before. Sorry, a streamer that I don't know that has a shit ton of followers. All right, everyone get in the fucking bus. Get in the bus. Get in. Get in the stream. Starting raid now. Get in. Oh, I think it's raid message.
Is it? I can never remember what it is.
Maybe. I don't know. I should probably be the one to type it. Jackie's got it. Raid out.
Jackie knows
That's
what
it.
it
Raid
is.
out.
Thanks, Jackie.
All right. Thank you all so much for coming. I'll see you Monday. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. Just in case Limes actually does see my raid. Oh, come on, load, please.